Hey there, it's Wei Tang here. This is the fourth time I record this video because in the few times when after recording my video, I realized that there's no voice because due to my earphone problem, so I have to record again. So in this video, I want to share about what I have learned a lot in the last few weeks. Although it was learning about English development and engagement, it was not only learning English, but also a lot of interesting things like movie preparation, movie shooting, group discussion, and so on. I was able to improve my communication skills by interacting with the group members. Neil Londers, a famous American interpersonal communication expert, said that building interpersonal relationships with different people and communicating more can effectively improve one's communication skills. In addition, proposal writing skills, essay writing skills, coherence, and cohesion are all things that I have learned in the past. Cohesion is an important feature of academic writing. It can help ensure that our writing coheres or stick together, which will make it easier for the reader to follow the main ideas in our essay or report. And coherence relates to the organization and connection of ideas and whether they can be understood by the reader. Also, the language expression. It can be used as greetings to the audience, introduce ourselves or our group, starting presentation and so on during a presentation is going. It can help our presentation go smoother and more fluent. Last but not least, I've learned how to write a without script. That's what I'm doing right now. I have to write a script for 15 minutes, which is around 1000 to 2000 words, and it was divided into four parts, which are things I have learned, such as personal development experience, challenging experience and solutions taken, and also major change taken. In this script, these four parts will be made out of four paragraphs. So, now let's talk about the personal development I have experienced in this course before. The first thing I have to mention is that in this task of preparing and shooting for the short movie, at the beginning, I chose to volunteer to be the group leader, and of course ended up being the leader. This was a completely new challenge for me because I had not been a leader in any group activities before. From this capacity, I learned about self-reliance and responsibility. I had to make sure that I was self-sufficient enough to make sure that I, myself, and all the group members had completed their tasks properly before each more task was due. In addition, I was responsible for keeping the lecturer informed of the group situations, reporting on the group's progress, and so on. In this way, I need to be aware of and responsible for what is being done in the group. In addition to this, one of the main benefits of this subject was that I learned how to write a script for a short movie. It was something new and fun for me. A story really goes through a lot from nothing to something, such as conceptualizing the story, assigning actors to work, writing dialogue, and so on were all the things I hadn't tried before but learned in this task, also in this group project. So I'm very grateful and happy to have this opportunity to do this. At the end of the day, I've more or less learned about time management. I had a debate competition in Kuala Lumpur at the end of May, so it clashed with my classes. So I learned to manage my time in that way. For example, I had to give the task to my member beforehand. Thankfully, the tasks were completed properly during my absence. I was also able to prepare for my competition without any distraction. Of course, there were some things that I did not do well in this matter, but I will leave that for another paragraph. So let's start with one of the bigger challenge here. That is, I have a scheduling problem. I had to travel to Kuala Lumpur for up to 2 weeks just to prepare for the debate competition. At this point, my solution was to ask my teacher for leave and to give my group members a good explanation of the task beforehand. Of course, I did not do enough to physically participate in the movie shooting, which was more regrettable. There was also the issue of time, as my subject schedule on Tuesday was 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for this subject, which is English Development and Engagement. followed by an hour break, and then a lab subject at 2 p.m. However, I was told at the beginning that this subject was extended to 2 p.m. So when I had a physical lab at 2 p.m., it was a bit of rush. However, I still had to overcome this one challenge. I chose to be near the lab at school early on the Tuesday that I had a physical lab before the lab session started, which perfectly ensured that I could get to the lab as quickly as possible after this English session ended. Another thing I didn't do was to volunteer to be the first one up when there were any presentation in class, so that I didn't have to worry about having to present in the middle of rushing to the lab. Overall, the challenges were mostly timing challenge, as the two Tuesday sessions were really scheduled too close together. One thing this has taught me as One thing this had taught me is that I should take more breaks between two classes in the future to avoid unexpected situations such as extended classes. Coming to the end, I had two major changes that needed to be made. I think both were quite good decisions. The first thing was not to take the leader job. Throughout the course that went down, I realized to the point that I couldn't do a leader job perfectly. One of them was that I was too busy, and as a result, I couldn't do a lot of things by myself. I would also like to say a big thank you to my group members because they are too good and can handle all the tasks perfectly in my absence. I can't volunteer to take the job of leader until the next time that I have made sure that there won't be any unexpected situation on my own land schedule that I have to deal with it. The second thing is that I should have offered to shoot the movie earlier because after all the preparation is done, it was a real shame for me not to be involved in the movie shooting in the end. So I should have suggested that the movie shooting start earlier so that I can be involved in it before I go to Kuala Lumpur for the competition. These are two main changes I will take, and in the future when I face a similar problem like this, I will take these two main changes and that's ends of my vlog. Thank you so much. Bye bye.